I got deplatformed for saying NIH owns half of the Moderna vaccine. They said that's vaccine misinformation. Well, guess what? On Thursday this week, Moderna made a $400 million payment to NIH for its share of the royalties to date. So, all of my conspiracy theories have about a 3-month shelf life before they become reality.
You hear it all the time that something is a conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theories.
These insane, paranoid conspiracy theories.
Promote broader acceptance of the conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories are running wild.
I was told that I was a conspiracy theorist because I thought glyphosate, which is Roundup, caused cancer.
Right.
Well, then, I won a $2.2 billion jury verdict.
Right now, he sounds like a conspiracy theorist.
Cell phone radiation. That is bad for you. It caused cancer. But I won that case in front of a full panel of the Court of Appeals.
The guy, he's a conspiracy charlatan.
And they call me anti-vax. And, listen, I've been fighting for 40 years to get mercury out of fish. Nobody calls me anti-fish.
He's decided that we're all corrupt and we're all part of some, vast conspiracy.
So why, after all these years, do all these conspiracy theories persist?
It's a no fam, it's how the moral goes. Nobody knew and nobody knows.
For most of its life, the CIA was banned from propagandizing Americans. But we learned that they were doing it anyway. So in 1973, during the Church Committee hearings, we learned that the CIA had a program called Operation Mockingbird, where they had at least 400 members, leading members of the United States Press Corps, who were secretly working for the agency and steering news coverage to support CIA priorities.
This would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country.
In 1967, the CIA, in a memo, actually used the term, suggested that the term conspiracy theory be used in over 250 of these media outlets to throw off people who were questioning at that particular time the Warren Commission. And to this day, it's still being used.
But if you look what happened during the pandemic, the major press organs in this country were, instead of speaking truth to power, they were doing the opposite. They became propaganda organs for the government agencies, and they were actually censoring the speech of anybody who dissents of the powerless. It was an organized conspiracy, and the name of it was the Trusted News Initiative.
The Trusted News Initiative.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jessica Cecil, the BBC's Director of the Trusted News Initiative.
This is a long-standing agreement between global legacy media organizations to cooperate with one another, to corroborate one another, in order to shut down what they believe to be their true enemy, independent media voices.
So the Washington Post was a signature, the UPI, the AP,
including Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Twitter,
all signed on to the Trusted News Initiative.
Working together to stop the spread of disinformation where it poses the risk of real-world harm.
She says, when people look at us, they think we're competitors, but we're not. The real competitors are coming from all these alternative news sources now all over the net, and they're hurting public trust in us, and they're hurting our economic model, and they have to be choked off and crushed.
Alternative media, they're built around the idea that the mainstream media is not telling you the truth.
The existential threat, I think, is that overall breakdown in trust.
It's all well documented, and I'm litigating on it right now, so I'm part of a lawsuit against the TNI.
There's no First Amendment claim here at all, and he didn't sue one. He sued an antitrust claim, a Sherman Act claim for collusion, for an agreement among all these media outlets.
So actually, we've got a lot more to hold us together than we have to work in competition with each other.
What I think is remarkable about RFK and his approach is he kind of sees these possibilities almost everywhere he looks.
Because Michael Sher accused me of being a conspiracy theorist when he was actually part of a conspiracy, a true conspiracy, to suppress anybody who was departing from government orthodoxies by either censoring them completely or labeling them conspiracy theorists.
Young people in particular are being habituated to this idea that all you have to do is merely say it's a conspiracy theory and all discussion ends. In 2016,
President Obama changed the law to make it legal now for the CIA to propagandize Americans, and the CIA today is the biggest funder of journalism around the world.